30 years ago, our parents could buy a house in their mid-20s. Back then, one salary was often enough, and houses were considered affordable. Today, things are very different. Many young people in their 30s are still living with their parents or paying rent that eats up most of their income. House prices have exploded, while wages have stayed almost the same. And this is not just happening in one country. The same story is playing out in Canada, Japan, the United States, Australia, and many other parts of the world. Young people everywhere are asking the same painful question. Why is it so hard to own a home today? Is it because we are lazy or spend too much? Or is it a system that has been planned and rigged? Welcome to The Real Central. I'm your host, Josh Gultam, and we hope you can enjoy our video. We are a new channel, so please subscribe and comment anything down below because it will help us grow. Thank you so much, guys. Let's continue to the video. During the global financial crisis 2008, the world economy almost collapsed. To save it, central banks dropped interest rates close to zero and printed trillions of dollars through a policy called quantitative easing. The goal was to keep money flowing, encourage borrowing, and stop businesses from failing. But there was a huge side effect. With interest rates near zero, borrowing became very cheap. Investors rushed into housing, buying properties not to live in, but to treat as investments. Houses, which should be basic shelter, turned into financial assets. As investors kept buying, prices rose much faster than wages. In the past, a typical home might cost 4 times the yearly income of a family. Today, in many cities, it costs 7 to 13 times that income. In Japan, the housing bubble of the late 1980s burst and left the economy stuck in lost decades. Wages remain flat, the population is shrinking, and young people still struggle. In Canada, high immigration and low housing supply push prices beyond salaries. Renting is costly, and many young families now rely on food banks. In the United States, baby boomers hold most housing wealth, while private equity firms buy thousands of homes and drive rents up sharply, leaving young people unable to compete. And in Australia, tax rules reward investors who buy multiple houses, sending prices to absurd levels. Even unlivable homes can sell for millions. From Tokyo to Toronto, Los Angeles to Sydney, the story is the same. Housing systems have failed young people. So after 2008, the housing market was transformed. A house was no longer just a place to live. It became a prize for investors and a symbol of wealth. And young people, just starting their adult lives, were locked out of the market. At this point, the problem is clear. House prices have gone up far faster than wages. But the real question is, what does this mean for young people today? What happens when an entire generation works harder than ever, yet still feels like home ownership is slipping out of reach? Baby boomers aren't just homeowners, they are landlords, investors, and in many ways, gatekeepers of the housing market. In the United States, people over 55 now control more than half of all homes. Back in 2008, their share was 44%. Today, it's jumped to 54%. In the UK, more than 50% of property wealth is in the hands of people over 60. And in the US alone, boomers own an estimated $19 trillion worth of real estate, nearly half of the entire housing market's value. And here's the kicker. Many boomers don't stop at just one house. In the UK, about 1 in 6 boomers owns a second property. In the US, 57% of all second homes are owned by boomers. Some use them as vacation homes, but most are rentals, meaning a generation that once bought homes cheaply now rents them back to today's young workers at sky-high prices. So what's left for millennials and Gen Z? Not much. Fewer starter homes, higher competition, and prices that keep climbing. The math is brutal. While millennials own only around $10 trillion in housing wealth, boomers sit comfortably on nearly double that. This is why young people feel trapped. They're not just competing with each other, they're competing with an entire generation that already won the game and keeps playing it as investors. At this point, many young people say, "Fine, just raise the minimum wage. Give us a fighting chance." It sounds simple, but doubling wages overnight wouldn't fix the housing crisis. It could break the economy instead. Here's why. If wages suddenly jump, companies face much higher labor costs. To survive, they raise prices. That means inflation explodes. Imagine your paycheck doubles, but so do food prices, rent, and transport. You'd feel richer on paper, but poor in reality. Second, businesses don't just eat the cost. Many will cut jobs. Others will speed up automation, replacing cashiers with machines or factory workers with robots. In some studies, doubling minimum wages has been linked to youth unemployment jumping by almost 50%. So yes, you might get higher pay if you're lucky enough to keep your job. Third, the ripple effect hits the whole country. Exports become more expensive, industries lose competitiveness, and investors may run away. In short, the very thing meant to help workers could backfire, leaving fewer jobs, higher prices, and even less chance of buying a home. That's why governments move so carefully on wages. Raising them is necessary, but too much, too fast can set off an economic bomb. Meanwhile, house prices don't wait. They keep climbing, fueled by investors, banks, and policies that protect those who already own. So the harsh truth, even if you work twice as hard and earn twice as much, the system is still tilted against you. Without structural change, more affordable housing, fair taxes, smarter banking rules, young people will remain locked out. And if that doesn't happen, renting for life might not be a choice. It will be the only option. If young people are losing, then someone else must be winning. And that's exactly what we see in the housing market. Governments benefit because higher house prices mean higher property taxes. Politicians also know that most homeowners vote, and many of those voters like rising house values. So there is little motivation to change the system. Banks and financial institutions also benefit. They make money from mortgages, fees, and interest payments. The larger the loan, the more profit for them. In many cases, they encourage policies that keep housing expensive. And finally, large investors and corporations gain from this system. By buying thousands of properties, they can control rents, raise prices, and collect profits every month. Unlike a young couple saving for their first home, these companies have endless access to cash and credit. So while young people are pushed out of the market, powerful groups, governments, banks, older generations, and corporations have strong reasons to keep things the way they are. For them, the housing crisis is not a problem. It is a business model. For the winners, this housing crisis is business as usual. For the losers, it's a lifetime for rent or broken dreams. But here's the hard part. Young people still have to play this game. But how? If you want to own a home, you have to work much harder than baby boomers ever did. For them, buying a house in their 20s was normal. For you, it might take 10 or even 20 years of saving. And hard work alone is not enough. Young people must learn in how to invest in financial market. That could mean stocks, side businesses, new skills, or even crypto. The point is simple. If you only rely on a paycheck, you will always fall behind rising house prices. Without investments, the dream of ownership is almost impossible. Many people will not be able to escape this trap. For them, renting will be the reality for life. And while that may sound depressing, renting is not always a failure. In fact, in many cases, renting can be cheaper than buying when prices are too high. Renting also gives flexibility. You can move cities, change jobs, or adjust your lifestyle without being locked into a 30-year mortgage. The truth is simple. Young people cannot wait for the system to change because it probably won't. Instead, they need to adapt, work harder, invest smarter, and don't tie your entire future to the idea of owning a house. A home is just one path to stability. It is no longer the only one. If you like this video and want to see more deep dives into more unique content, don't forget to subscribe. We've got more coming sooner or later. I'm your host, Josh Gultan. Thank you for watching, guys. Goodbye.